Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Dave coming to you from the office here in the Wyoming house. It's about 1 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. I thought we'd actually do some tobacco talk today. In fact, I'm going to probably put up a series of 3 or 4 videos today. But the first one will be about tobacco. And it's going to be a two-parter. I'm going to show you, I've been bringing in some things to deepen the cellar here in Wyoming, and I've got them all out and all jarred up, so I thought I'd show you because I get a number of questions, not from my OGs, but from my new Gs about how I store tobacco. You can kind of see the spoiler alert right there, but anyway, I've got everything kind of jarred up. I've unpackaged everything I've brought in the last couple of weeks and kind of got it all laid out here. So I want to do that, and then I'm going to do a minor tobacco review on the 3-part Maestro Series from C&D that I've been smoking for the last couple of weeks. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn you around, and I'm going to show you kind of what I've deep cellared here in Wyoming the last few weeks. All right, I guess we'll just get the shock value out of the way, but here's kind of what I've been doing the last, I guess I've been here 6 weeks. So I'll just kind of run down the list and show you. So I got that H.H. McBaron Navy Flake. That's 3 pounds. 3 pounds fit in that 2-quart jar with a little bit left over. So, but anyway, this is pretty heavy. 3 pounds of Navy Flake. And then the next I've got Bosworth Premium Burley. I've got a couple of those. That's these are 2 quarts, so each of these is a pound. So I got 2 pounds of Premium Burley. I've got a pound of Boswell's No Bite Delight. I don't smoke it a lot, but it's one of my favorite aromatics. And then a pound of Bosworth Cherry Vanilla. That's old school. That's the first tobacco I ever had, so I got a pound of that. And then Dark Fired Cherry. You can see 1/2, 1 pound, 1.5, 2 pounds, 3 pounds of Dark Fired Cherry back here. Burley Morning Pipe. There's a 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2. Also 3 pounds of Burley Morning Pipe. Burlier Morning Pipe, just 1 pound. And then my favorite H.H. Old Dark Fired Ready Rub. You can see this one's only half full, but there's a 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, almost 4 pounds of my Ready Rub. So that's all laid in here. So I've been busy, but it's all jarred up. Everything's jarred. Glass mason jars. I'm starting to become a real fan of these 2-quart jars. They hold a pound of Ready Rub, ribbon cut, whatever you call it. And if you got pressed flake, you can actually get almost 3 pounds in that 1 2-quart jar. So anyway, that's how I prefer to save them. I prefer to put everything in glass mason jars sealed tight. This thing, they'll probably last 10, 20 years like that, but certainly enough for me. I won't need to buy pretty much any more of this material. So if I spin you around to the back shelves you see in the back of my videos, you can see I've got the Savinelli 145, and I've got 5 tins of each kind of the Maestro, the Concerto. We're going to be reviewing this today, the Allegro, and the Sinfonio. Then I've got a bunch of tins of Joie de Vie and a whole bunch of Warped Scarecrow. You can see I've got a whole bunch of St. Bruno laid in. It's ready rubbed. I love that stuff. Coming down here. Then kind of my second tier favorites. Black Twist, Brown Irish X. And I got basically a pound of each of those. Then some stuff I don't mention a whole lot. I haven't tried it yet. Cherry Limeade. Dark Bird's Eye. What is that? Winds. I want to say Winds of Windsor, but it's something else. Anyway. That's And I got a bunch of tins, and then these drawers down, these doors down here are stacked full of tins, but I won't go through all that right now. But that is sort of what I've got going on here as trying to deep cellar here in Wyoming. Okay. Let's see, I want to show you. Sasha's sitting here. You want to be in the video. So we did our walk already, so she's feeling pretty relaxed, right? You don't like the camera coming down at you. Yeah, she's camera shy. Anyway, had a good walk. It was not a great day out there, but it was 35 and maybe 32 and a little bit of snow coming down, but it was a nice walk. So, all right, guys. So I just wanted to kind of show you. I've put everything away now, so you can kind of see it all back up there. You can see my cigars. Those are, let's see, I'm not sure how to do it. Those are the 3 boxes of cigars I got to get into my humidor, but there's a quick overview of what the Wyoming stash looks like. It doesn't count what's down in the cabinets, but pain in the ass to show you the whole cellar. It's not all organized and out and neat like Maryland cellar, but anyway, we're building it up here. I certainly, for those top favorites of mine, those top 5 or 6, I probably won't need to buy them ever again because I have deep cellared it in Maryland and deep cellared it here now. So now I can kind of sit back and watch what happens with the particularly the HH series of blends. And then the blends that those are affected by. So Bosworth Premium Burley, I don't have to worry about that. And the HH ODF Ready Rub, I can just, whatever happens, happens. I've got plenty up here now for the rest of my life. So anyway, this stuff is still randomly available. I'd say you've got maybe the rest of March before I think it goes completely unobtainium, never be seen again. So I'm sure somebody will try to recreate it somehow, but for me, and maybe it'll be better. Who knows, right? But I don't know, for me, for my mouth, for my top 10, I've deep cellared it pretty well in Maryland and here, so I feel pretty good. Anyway, that's enough about the Wyoming cellar. Let's move on and talk about the specific tobaccos now. All right, so part 2 of the video is to talk about my experience with the triad of the Maestro series that came out. So this does not include the Puccini. I totally goose egged that. But these 3 came out as a trio, so I did a 10 tin of each, left 5 in Maryland, brought 5 here. So I want to go ahead and give you what my thoughts are on these. So I'm going to lay them out here and turn you around. All right, these are the 3. They're all by Cornell and Deal. They came out as a trio. I was kind of curious about them, so I went ahead and bought all 3. So you have the Sinfonia, the Allegro, and the Concerto. And in my opinion, they're pretty damn similar. But I'm going to show you what each of them look like. So this is the Concerto. It's darker than the other 2, or at least darker than the other ribbon cut. So it's a ribbon cut, quite dark. They're all Kentucky fired cured tobacco. They're all 3 are based on Kentucky fired cured. So the Allegro, you can see it's a fair bit lighter. I'll put them side by side for you. And I'll read the descriptions for you in a minute. And then the Sinfonia is actually a crumble flake. I mean, I guess it's officially a flake, but I call it a crumble flake because, boy, does it come apart nicely and easily. In fact, I'll probably prepare a bowl and smoke this with you while I keep talking. Anyway, that's the 3 that we're looking at today. Sinfonia, Allegro, Concerto. Okay, I'm going to take the Sinfonia, the crumble flakes. I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to get some rubbed out and get a bowl ready, but I'll do that on camera. Right, quick little advertisement, my Tobacco Row leather pan and my Tobacco Row ash can. I always empty my pipe, empty all the dottle in there, and then every few days I take and dump that out. But all right, so this is the Sinfonia. It is the crumble cakes. Let's get a couple of these crumble flakes, sorry. get a couple out like this and set them down. And let's see if I can make this a little more visible for you. Just take them and rub them out. Look at that. They just falls apart. Beautiful. I'm not generally a big flake guy. I think I'm just too lazy. That's why you always hear me talking about buying ready rubbed. Not an option with the Sinfonia, at least not that I could find. But wow, look at that. It's just so easy. I just do this 4 or 5 times and I get that may not be enough for a full bowl because I got a giant bowl on this thing. But there you go. So here comes the Wyoming Meerschaum, part of Meerschaum Madness, March Madness. A couple of you said, well, I should fill the bowl to the top and this would fill in, but I fill every bowl to the top, so that's not the issue. I think I have too much cake built up in here, so I'm going to have to ream the pipe out, which I will do. I just cleaned it, so it's pretty clean, but it needs to be reamed. I got too much cake in here, and I think it's preventing the smoke, the oils, the residue to come out up here. But anyway, part there. Now we're participating in March Meerschaum Madness. I was just drop it in like that, just gravity fed, right? Just get it in there, right? I just light tap. I don't pack my pipes. I fill my pipes. I think there's just such a huge difference. I found that it doesn't matter what I'm smoking, that just a tap, just load my pipe, fill my pipe. I don't tamp it. And there you go. All right, before I light it, I want to go ahead and I'm going to read to you what C&D says about Sinfonia. It says, harmonizing the unique qualities of dark fired tobaccos with the sweetness of red Virginias and the smoky foundational tones of Latakia. Sinfonia divulges a complex intensity characterized by roasted notes and balanced by subtle, spicy nuance. I find that to be pretty accurate. I'll tell you what really comes through, like on the tin note, dark fired, smoke, leather. I get no Latakia or Latakia, or however you say it, Latakia. I get no Latakia in the nose when I sniff this. So, and I like that. I'm not a big Latakia fan. I'm learning. I'm trying to teach my palate to like it. Light this up. It is it's not wet, but it takes a little bit to get it fired up. I'll be back in a minute. So I apologize to Greg. I was using the wrong lighter. Thank you, Greg. This smokes like it tastes, and I like that in my tobaccos. It smokes like dark fire Kentucky. Smoky, leathery, touch of earthy. I catch little to no Latakia in the taste. In fact, I'm going to talk about these in increasing levels of non-purity, in my opinion. I always forget to tamp on camera, so there you go. Tamp and relight. I have thoroughly enjoyed the last 2 weeks with this blend. This Sinfonia, basically it's dark fire Kentucky. I know it says it has Latakia in it, but it's dark fired mixed with red Virginias, and that's what I get. You can tell it's got great smoke. If you watch my other reviews, I like that in my tobaccos. Got a super nice retrohale, not harsh, nice and smooth. Maybe the Takia helps smooth it out. I don't know. I don't really know what Latakia adds to a blend, but super nice. I thoroughly enjoy it. So the 10 date on this, I was a little surprised because I just bought it, is October 11th, 2023. So it's almost a year and a half old in the tin. I didn't expect that. Yeah, that's truly an enjoyable smoke. All right, I'm going to move on while I smoke this one. I'm going to talk about the next one. Get the lid back on it. So the next one is the Maestro Allegro. I'm going to read what it says. It says, integrating the richness of America's finest dark-fired Kentucky tobacco with the sweetness of red Virginia and a woody whisper of Latakia. Allegro offers an aromatic intensity, perfectly balancing roasted and spicy notes along delicious aromas of vanilla, caramel, and maple. I can't talk to those other flavors. But of the three, Sinfonia was my favorite. Allegro was my second favorite. It's good. I enjoy it. Its 10 date was also October of 2023. Of the three, the Sinfonia is the most pure, in my opinion. If you're looking for that pure, that dark fired, that Virginia taste that's kind of unadulterated with a bunch of other scents and flavors, Sinfonia is the way to go. Close behind it, though, is the Allegro. And now I'm going to read you the third one. Put the lid back on it. So the third one was the Concerto. Of the three, this was my least favorite, which doesn't mean I didn't like it. It just I liked it the least of the three. Here's what it says. Concerto, a selected blend of Perique, Latakia, and dark-fired tobaccos from Kentucky and Tennessee. Concerto is firm in character and bold in flavor, highlighting the characteristic woody and peppery notes of dark-fired tobaccos with a full-bodied profile that delivers strong, enticing flavors and nuanced aromatic complexity. I don't get all that. When I smoke this, I get dark fired with Latakia or Latakia. There's a hint of Perique in it. There's a hint of spice in it. But you mainly get dark fired. So those are the three. Sinfonia was my favorite. It's the flake. It's the most pure. Allegro is quite good, but it does have, you can taste the Latakia in it. And the Concerto, you can taste the Latakia and you can taste the Perique. They're very minor players, though. I have to say, for me, I'm not a big Latakia guy. I'm not a big Perique guy, but they do add a complexity to the taste that didn't wreck it for me. So if you're trying to move towards Latakia, if you're trying to move towards Perique, these blends are kind of a good first step, a good baby step towards trying something that it's not a lat bomb. It doesn't blast it's not a lat bomb. It's not a Perique bomb. It adds those flavors to it, but you mainly get dark fired. So for me, it's a great set of training wheels to move me from pure to, it has Latakia and Perique in it. So anyway, I can recommend them. So I'm not going to smoke and 10 note all three of them. They're just too similar for me to do that. I think there's a reason they sold them as a trio or advertise them as a trio. If you're going to only buy one, buy Sinfonia. If you're going to buy two, buy Sinfonia and Allegro. And if you're going to try all three, then add the Concerto to it. That'd be the order I did it. I give all three 2 thumbs up. All three are very enjoyable. I've intermixed them. For a while, I was smoking all one blend during the day, but now I'm mixing them up. I'll go literally Concerto to Allegro to Sinfonia and back. I'm just bowl after bowl, and I have to say I've enjoyed all three. So this will probably take me the rest of my trip here. I'm leaving a week from Saturday. I'll probably stay on these 3 blends until I get out of here. And gosh, guys, that's really all I have to say about them. I just, one other thing is I went online. All 3 are available today. All 3. I'm not reviewing unobtainium this time. All 3 of these can be bought online today. So anyway, if you're looking for a baby step or training wheels towards Latakia or Perique, these are the way to go. All right, guys. I enjoyed doing a tobacco review. Imagine that, a tobacco channel actually doing tobacco. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.